Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Source Code Sasquatch podcast. I am the Sasquatch, your favorite hacker, programmer, slash graphic designer. We're here to explore the latest tool and technique in software development and security. Today we're going to discuss one of the most powerful tool in penetration testing toolkit, the SeeKer. So let's fire up our Kali Linux, our favorite distribution for penetration testing and ethical hacking. And before we go any further, um, let's talk about the purpose of this video, right? The content provided in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is intended to be used solely for learning and training purposes. Related to penetration testing and cybersecurity. The technique and tool discussed in this podcast may be illegal and unethical if used without the proper authorization or in violation of applicable laws and regulation. So make sure that whenever you're practicing or testing these exploits, that you do so on your own system, within your own network, and with the permission of all users that are being part of this network. If not, you could be infringing the law and you could be facing some legal repercussion. So please be mindful of that. We, the creator of this podcast, do not assume any liability or damages or loss that may arise for any misuse or misapplication of the technique and tool discussed in this podcast. The listeners are solely responsible for ensuring that they comply with the applicable law, regulation, and ethical standard when using the technique and tool discussed in this podcast. So that being said, let's go back to our Kali distribution. Let me bring up our system right here. There you go. And now to fire up this exploit, we'll need to open three terminals. The first one is where we're going to be running our exploit. The second one will be our tunneling server, and the third one will be the matrix. And just because it's cool, now that we have our three terminals open, in our far right terminal, we're going to fire up our SeeKer, and to do so, we'll type in the command python3 seeker.py, and then we'll fire it up. Now, the exploit is going to ask us what kind of social engineering technique do we want to use to gain access to the victim's information. So right here, we'll do a Zoom, because everybody can relate to Zoom, right? We've been sent some link, people asking us to join a Zoom, and sometimes it doesn't work, and we have to re-email the person. We don't get the right link or something. So maybe at this precise moment we were being harvested, right? Our information was being harvested, and the technique that is being used is the Zoom template. So we'll fire up the Zoom template by selecting the option 5, and now we see that our exploit has fired up. Right, it says that we have loaded our Zoom template, that we are pushing on the port 8080, and that the PHP server has started. So now we're going to need to fire up our ngrok server. So to do so, we type in ngrok http listening on server 8080. So that's what we're going to type right here. And now we see that our server is being fired up. We see in the top right here, we have session status connecting. There you go. So now that our exploit is ready, we have our link available. Before we go further, I want to fire up CMatrix. Okay, so now that we have our browser here on our victim's machine, this here is on a different virtual machine. We're going to paste this email. We're going to paste this link that we see right here, our forwarding link. And so now that we are on our Zoom link, obviously we'll want to join the meeting. So we're going to click on launch meeting, and it's going to ask us right here to access our location. Most of the time we'll think is to access either our cam or our mic or even our location. We wouldn't think twice about it because Zoom does ask us about our location. So when we click allow, if we see right here on the right hand side, we see that the hack was executed, and now we've gained all this information from our virtual machine, right? It's a Windows OS on a Windows platform. It's running on a NVIDIA GPU. The resolution, the browser, the public IP, who's the IP service supplier. And then after we see right here, we have the address that is being displayed. As we see right here in our exploit, it's letting us know that we are 15-meter accuracy. This is how precise the system is. The address that it's showing up is not the right address, but it is within a 15-meter actual address. So I just wanted to show you guys how, again, easy it is to get hacked and give away some information that should really not be available to anyone. So that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what kind of video you guys want to see. If you have any question, I'll be more than happy to get in touch with you guys. Until then, stay safe, be mindful, and with knowledge, we can become more secure online. Until then, guys, take care.